Hello friends and welcome to War-wiki. Timeless Thursday is a series where we showcase those events of historical wars that are relatively less known but had a huge impact in outcome of the war. In this edition of Timeless Thursday we bring you a story of one of the greatest tank battle ever since World War II. It's a story where the defensive forces were technologically way behind the offensive forces. They were lesser in numbers, but because of brilliant strategy they overcame all odds and absolutely decimated a far superior enemy. Today we talk about the tank battle of Asal Uttar in 1965 Indo-Pakistan War. This battle is compared with the Battle of Kursk in the Second World War for how it changed the course of the India-Pakistan War of 1965 in India's favor. India and Pakistan have fought several wars, but 1965 war was different from others. The reason is that in 1965, because of years of benevolence of United States, the odds were severely tilted in favor of Pakistan. The technology that Pakistan had was significantly better than that with India. One of the areas where Pakistani weapons were almost a generation ahead of India's were armored vehicles, more specifically tanks. USA had equipped Pakistan with M47 and M48 Patton tanks, whereas India was still using World War II era M4 Shermans and vintage Centurion tanks. India knew about this stark difference very well, so did the Pakistani commanders, and they did use their advantage on September 7 of 1965. Pakistan, using its 1st Armored Division and 11th Infantry Division, crossed the international border in Punjab region and moved to capture the town of Kemkaran. The Pakistan forces had around 260 main battle tanks, mainly M48 Patton. The motive was to capture large fertile land mass of Punjab region. This region was under the 4th Mountain Division led by Major General Gurbax Singh. He just had 2 artillery regiments and 3 tank regiment, each with around 45 main battle tanks, mainly M4 Shermans, AMX-13 and old Centurion tanks. Looking at the overwhelming offensive force, Major General Gurbax Singh understood that his forces didn't have a chance if they meet head-on with superior Pakistan forces. He immediately ordered what looked to Pakistanis as a complete retreat from town of Kemkaran. Instead he asked his troops to create a horseshoe formation defensive position with Asal Uttar at its focal point, which is northeast of Kemkaran. When Pakistan forces entered the area of Kemkaran they realized that Indian forces have retreated and were deceived in believing of a clean victory. Pakistan commanders Major General Nasir Ahmed Khan even halted to take photographs in Kemkaran town. In 1965 both Indian and Pakistan tanks did not have the ability to operate in night. Pakistan assault forces halted in the town and literally celebrated their victory. Meanwhile Indians were busy with a plan of their own. The region of Asal Uttar is a fertile sugarcane belt full of porous fertile soil. The tall sugarcane grass allowed the Indian forces in the U-shaped formation to remain hidden and allow its tanks to be much closer to the invading forces, blunting the advantage of the higher range guns of the Patton tanks. However, with its higher caliber gun and powerful engine the Pattons could still break through any defensive formation. The Pattons had to be immobilized. Indian troops flooded the sugarcane field all over the region of Asal Uttar. The fertile porous soil absorbed the water like sponge, making the entire region marshy. The next morning when Pakistan Armored Division moved forward, the Indian tanks waited. Soon forward columns of Pakistani tanks started crossing the sugarcane fields. The thick armor of the Patton tanks makes them very heavy and they started to sink in the ground. Some of them sunk right up to the turret. The Pakistan Armored Division had been immobilized. At this point Indian 4th Mountain Division, comprising of tanks, artillery, and infantry, commenced a massive assault from 3 sides. Most of the tanks were incapacitated due to marshy land. Pakistan took heavy losses in this battle. Their commander Major General Nasir Ahmed Khan too was killed. As many as 155 Pakistani tanks were destroyed and around 14 were captured by Indian Army. The remaining Pakistani forces retreated back. Some of the tanks were severely damaged. India in turn lost just 22 tanks in this battle. The battle also witnessed the personal bravery of an Indian soldier, Abdul Hamid, who was honored with the Param Vir Chakra, India's highest military gallantry honor, for knocking out 7 enemy tanks with a recoilless gun. Pervez Musharraf, later Army Chief of Staff and President of Pakistan, also played a part in this battle as a lieutenant of artillery in the 16th Field Regiment, 1st Armored Division Artillery. This battle was fought at peak of Cold War, even while Pakistan accepted the defeat and losses of Asal Uttar. Western nations and their allies continued to support Pakistan and also spread wrong propaganda news. The Battle of Asal Uttar was the largest tank battle after World War II. The place also got a name of Patan Nagar or Patan Town because of the vast graveyard of American Patton tanks, several of which still stand as war trophies. This battle was a turning point of India-Pakistan War of 1965, where the odds turned drastically in favor of India. With its armored superiority blunted, Pakistan could never recover, leading to its major city Lahore almost being captured by India, before a ceasefire was declared. The Battle of Asal Uttar is taught as a battle strategy in all major war colleges in the world. It showcases that with correct strategy even an inferior forces can overcome a far superior force. We will continue to bring you such cherished strategies in future as well, so keep watching our series of Timeless Thursdays. Like and subscribe our channel. Have great day and support War-wiki.